Nope. It's November 12th. Why am I doing a horror manga? Why did I think this was a good idea? Oh god, okay, prepare for the worst. We're doing Blood on the Tracks by Oshimi Shuzo. If you like psychological horror, this is probably the one for you. I just got done reading Volume 1. Let me talk about it, if not to you, to my therapist. Volume 1 of Blood on the Tracks starts off with Seichi and Seiko. Blood on the Tracks is a story of a family, mainly a mother and her son. Main character is the son, but I have a feeling you're going to see just as much of the mother as you are him. It starts with the son Seichi and his mother Seiko, who seem to be just a normal family and a normal mother and son. And then you come home and you find out that the mother's a little weird. You can't really put your finger on it at first, but mom's a little weird. We will get into it later. Pretty soon in the story, you also meet their sister and son. So aunt and son, aunt and cousin, sister and cousin. Don't remember their names. Look it up. You find out through the cousin, as the two boys are playing video games, that the main character's cousin and aunt are a little aware of how overprotective the mother is. And she might be a little too overprotective to a fault. Just a hunch. As they hang out every single week, summer break comes and they had talked about how they wanted both of their families to go on a hiking trip. So that's exactly what happens. They go on a hiking trip together. And during that hiking trip, the cousin who has previously shown that he could be a little shithead, pretends to push the main character off of a cliff that they stumble upon in their hike. Much to the mother's chagrin and to the MC's chagrin, it's not that funny. The aunt thinks it's funny. A little later on, gets worse. Two boys are exploring and they find a cliff. The cousin guy, the cousin kid, the cousin boy decides to walk up to the edge of the cliff. And the MC is a little bit apprehensive. Is like, I don't want to see it. Look, it's pretty from over here. I can see the cliff. I can see it. It's pretty from over here. I don't have to come near the cliff. It's fine. You're gonna do the same thing that you tried to do earlier and might kill me, but it's fine. Little did they know that, being the overprotective person that she is, the MC's mother is right behind MC. She then tells the cousin boy to probably step back from the cliff, and the cousin decides to joke around and start flailing around like he's gonna fall. And he almost does. However, Seiko runs up and saves him, which is good. However, the boy persists and says, look, I was fine. I didn't need you to save me. Something snaps and she pushes the cousin off the cliff. Right after she pushes him off the cliff, she turns around and smiles to her son, and then what seems to happen is she starts to feign ignorance and start yelling to go get the others to come see what had happened. They come, realize that he's fallen off of the cliff. They try to find a way to get down the cliff to go help him and see if he's even alive, which I could tell you he's probably not, only to leave the MC and his mother alone on the cliff. Right before the volume ends, she has some very cryptic, very deep monologue of just spouting random nonsense until she's finally snapped out of it by her son, and she then hugs him. At the beginning of the story was a flashback of MC and his mother stumbling on a dead cat. And based on the artwork and what I saw, the mother seems to know exactly what happened to the cat and seems to be a direct cause of how the cat died. I don't know. I only read volume 1. That's the whole premise of this. That's the whole premise of this. It's the whole thing. That's the whole premise. I like it, but I also don't like it. I have to be in the mood to read psychological horror. Oh, well, I have to be in the mood to read any horror, but it is my favorite horror subgenre. The artwork's really good in this. It's very, very unsettling, and you can kind of get the vibe of like how unsettling it really could get. The eyes on these characters, I hate. I really like, but I also hate for the same reason that I like and hate horror. But I think this is something that is worth continuing. I will give this 4 out of 5 alive kittens. Also, shout out to my friend Keely who made this blanket for me. Comment down below any suggestions for first volume of manga that you would like to meet me in to read and to do a thing and talk about and do the thing and review.